There's a specific type of tragedy that nobody feels sorry for. It is the tragedy of the person earning $250,000 a year who lies awake at night because they're broke. You see them every day. They drive the white Tesla, they live in the HOA neighborhood with manicured lawns, their kids attend private school, they wear the right watch, they order the expensive wine without checking the price. From the outside, they've won. They're the top 10%, the success story the American dream promised. But if you could see their real bank account, not the version they perform for the world, you'd see chaos. Credit cards hovering near their limits, a checking account that hits zero days before payday, a net worth that exists mostly on paper, locked inside a house they don't truly own, and cars losing value faster than the payments reduce them. They're running on a treadmill set to maximum speed. And if they slip, if the bonus doesn't come, the market turns, or the job disappears, they don't stumble, they crash. Economists call them Henrys, high earners not rich yet. I call it the golden cage. Today, we're going to break down why making six figures is often the fastest path to financial fragility, why income and wealth are not the same thing, and how high earners get trapped by systems specifically designed to extract capital from them. My name is Peter Lewis. Let's look at the math. The first trap is mathematical, but it relies on a psychological mistake. When your salary jumps from $100,000 to $200,000, your brain does a simple and wrong calculation. I doubled my money. I can double my lifestyle. That's not how the system works. The system is predatory on the margin. The U.S. tax system is progressive. Every additional dollar is taxed more heavily. Your marginal tax rate rises even if your effective tax rate looks reasonable. Let's look at the actual numbers of a high earner in a coastal city. You make $250,000. Federal tax takes about $55,000. FICA takes another $10,000. State and local taxes in a place like New York or California can take another $25,000. You max out your 401k because you're responsible. That's $23,000 gone from cash flow. Suddenly, your monthly take-home pay isn't the $20,000 you imagined. It's closer to $11,000. Then come the hidden taxes of success. You move to a more expensive zip code, so your property taxes triple. You phase out of deductions and child tax credits. The government views you as a piggy bank, not a person. That $100,000 raise often becomes $50,000 to $60,000 in actual buying power. But here's the tragedy. You spend the gross while you live on the net. Banks qualify you for mortgages based on gross income. Car dealers lease based on gross income. You mentally commit to a lifestyle that consumes money you never truly receive. From day one, you create a structural deficit, and to fill it, you use debt. Banks love high earners. They hand you massive credit limits and call it flexibility. In reality, they're handing you rope, and you happily tie the knot. Here's a trap most people miss. High earners are usually smart people. Doctors, lawyers, engineers. They are in the top 1% of intelligence. But intelligence in one domain often leads to arrogance in another. This is the sophistication trap. Because you are smart, you believe you should have smart investments. You think buying a low-cost index fund is too simple. It's for average people, and you are not average. So you become the perfect target for the financial industry. Wall Street was built to fleece high earners. They sell you exclusive products, whole life insurance policies with massive hidden fees, private equity funds that lock up your money for 10 years, hedge funds that underperform the market but charge you 2% and 20%. You buy these things because they stroke your ego. They make you feel sophisticated. But mathematically, they are bleeding you. You are paying a premium to feel special, while the average person buying the S&P 500 is outperforming you with zero effort. High income does not make you a good investor. It just makes you a bigger target. There's a law in management called Parkinson's Law. Work expands to fill the time available. In finance, the corollary is simple. Lifestyle expands to consume available income. This isn't just a lack of discipline, it's mimetic desire. We don't desire things in isolation. We desire what other people desire. We mimic the people around us. When you enter a high-income tribe, the baseline shifts. If you're a lawyer, you can't drive a 2008 Honda Civic because your partners will subconsciously judge your competence. If you're an executive, you need to join the club to network. If you live in a good school district, the $8,000 summer camp isn't a luxury. It's a requirement, so your kid doesn't fall behind. This triggers the Diderot effect. One upgrade creates the psychological need for another. New house requires new furniture makes the old car look shabby, new car requires better clothes to match the driver. None of these decisions feel reckless in the moment. They happen quietly. I call it the creep. It's the $12 wine becoming $25, economy becoming economy plus, the cleaner going from twice a month to weekly. Individually, they're harmless. Collectively, they raise your burn rate. At $50,000 income, your burn rate might be $3,000 a month. At $250,000, it's $15,000. And here's the terrifying truth. The person with a $15,000 burn rate is more fragile than the person with a $3,000 burn rate. High income gives the illusion of safety. High spending creates the reality of danger. This leads to the psychological prison of the high earner. I know people who hate their jobs with a visceral intensity. They wake up anxious. Their health is failing. They fantasize about quitting, but they can't. Why? Because their life requires $20,000 a month just to function. They're not working to build wealth. They're working to service liabilities. Corporations know this. They engineer compensation to trap you. Deferred bonuses, restricted stock units that vest over 4 years. They dangle a carrot that is always just out of reach. If I just stay 18 more months, I get the payout. But by the time 18 months passes, you've upgraded your lifestyle again, and now you need the next vest. The money enters their account and immediately leaves. To the bank, the lender, the dealership, the school. They don't own the money. The money owns them. This is the ultimate irony of the rat race. The faster you run, the more expensive the treadmill becomes. Ask a high earner what their biggest asset is, and they'll say, "My house." Wrong. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. Your house consumes cash every month. Mortgage, taxes, insurance, maintenance, landscaping. Appreciation is theoretical until you sell, and you can't pay the electric bill with appreciation. High earners fill their lives with things that look like assets but behave like liabilities. Luxury cars, vacation homes, boats. They think they're collecting wealth. They're actually collecting obligations. True wealth is boring, invisible, quiet. A brokerage account, a cash-flowing property, a business that runs without you. You can't show those off at a dinner party, so people choose to look rich instead of being rich. If you earn good money but keep none of it, you need to engineer a gap. The gap between income and ego. Step 1. The artificial cap. Live on half of what you make. Automatically sweep the rest into investments at a different bank. No debit card. No temptation. Artificial scarcity works. Parkinson's law works in reverse. Expenses shrink to fit what's available. If the money isn't there, you won't spend it. Step Q. Stop buying future work. Consumer debt is selling your future time. If you can't pay cash for the toy, you can't afford it. The only acceptable debt is debt someone else pays for, like a tenant paying off a mortgage. Stop selling your freedom for depreciating metal. Step 3. Redefine the scoreboard. Stop competing with people who are losing. That neighbor with the new Range Rover, he's leasing it. He's stressed. Measure your success by your freedom number. How many months you could live without working. For most high earners, it's 3 months. Your goal is 30 years. Step 4, reinstall friction. Any purchase over $100 waits 24 hours. Over $1,000 waits 72 hours. Impulse spending collapses when time is added. You'll realize you didn't want the item. You wanted the dopamine hit of buying it. Breaking the trap doesn't feel like excitement. It feels like silence. The silence of safety. The silence of options. The silence of knowing you don't need the money, which ironically makes it easier to make more of it. Being a high earner is an opportunity, a shovel. The question is simple. Are you digging a deeper hole or building a mountain you can one day stand on? Stop acting rich. Start getting wealthy.